Hey guys, this is Yu. I changed my game name to Yu 11, which means the taunts in AoE 2. Yeah. Today I'm gonna review five, maybe 4 to 5 games that I played in the 1v1 rank ladder. Um, I picked those games specifically because in those games I was being coached by really high elo players. Um, For those of you who don't know, I'm a 1000 elo player at the moment. My max elo is close to 1100, and those games were being coached by 1700 to 1900 elo players. They're really nice and helpful, and they taught me a lot of new strategies and good tips. So I want to remember them by reviewing those games and keeping them on my YouTube video and to share them. Yeah. Here you see his scout standing there, so I have to shoot him. My opponent is playing as Burmese, and I am playing as Frank as usual. I try to stick to horse thieves like Frank and Mahyar at the moment, as I am learning the basics in the gameplay. I started learning more formally from 2 months ago. Um, Started learning not to idle the TC and use hotkeys and follow build orders. Um, since I got a little bit of coaching 2 months ago, I climb up to this elo right now. But just with a little bit of coaching, really. Mostly from Ben 10, like um, a few times. But in those games I reviewed today, those high elo players are from Taiwan. They are on a Taiwanese server, and in there a lot of people are like really helpful and nice. They want to teach new players and share knowledge. It's a really good community. It's like fosters like an atmosphere of learning. So learning culture. Um, yeah, the point is so my plan is to do horse raid in feudal scout raid. Since I started playing this 1v1, I only aimed at the meta play, which means doing some feudal raid to weaken the enemy, and then also go up to castle like early enough, and then do heavy castle raid. That's the meta play in 1v1 ranked ladder. Right now I'm building a barrack to get ready for building a stable in feudal age. I'm looking for the opponent. In this specific game, it's like my second time doing Cavalry Archer in Castle H. I've done a bit of Cavalry Archer play in 1v1 before, but they're mostly like the Imperial play with Magyar. I rarely do Castle Age CA. It's trickier because they're not that strong in Castle Age. So you do have to have better army control and a larger group to get damage or to win against the opponent's army. Unless you invest, it's also like very heavy in investment. You have to upgrade all the blacksmith stuff, and also you might want to get ballistics and thumb ring, um, which all adds up a lot if like to Castle Age economy. In Castle Age, you're kind of still balancing your eco with your army, so it's a huge investment to play CA. So I've been playing mostly knights so far, but I do want to play CA. This game is being coached by two players, Acho and Tiga. They are, yeah, as I said, 1700 and 1900 elo. Right now I'm just stacking up my scouts before doing damage. I'm not sure why that one's like. So the one of them is like a really expert level CA player, has like 1,000 games playing Cavalry archers under his belt. I'm doing wolves. After, I think this is a good timing to like try to fully wall your base after you have made all the feudal army you need. Doing feudal raid, you start walling because there's no building requirements anymore. You don't need like to build like new stables or, yeah, it's not gonna slow down your feudal raid if you do it after you made all the after you made that stable and made all your horses. Now you have spare wood to wall. Before that, you might have to do farms alongside the buildings, so it can be pretty heavy if you wall up too early. Yeah, I'm losing a bit of scouts, but I did interrupt his eco pretty well. Although I don't think I killed too many vills yet. He is going on stone in feudal age. 3 on stone in feudal. Or 4. So that's when we realized he might be going for the unique units. The Arambai, Burmese Arambai. Which are like the horse archers, cavalry archers that throw like something that's a little more damaging than the arrows, the archer's arrows. Let's take a look at Arambai actually. I have never fought against Arambai by myself before, so I was pretty nervous about it. Then so Arambai unique ranged units with powerful but inaccurate attack. So they need a large group to cause damage, and they are weak to archery units. I assume that's the reasoning behind switching to CA. So when I play as Frank, I rarely go CA unless it's absolutely necessary. So against a Rambai, um, doing knights would be could be I don't know, an unfair trade because they are ranged units, right, with significant ranged attack compared to archers. So that's why they suggest me to go for CA. even if I'm playing as Frank. Because in Castle Age, you still get all the upgrades you need. You might not want to go MCA, but I'm not sure if I did that in this game. Let's see. I took back all my horses and then focus on walling and going castle. I already clicked castle. That's pretty good timing. And let's see what the opponent is doing. See, he's still on stone.
Okay. Hey,
He probably will get the stone he needs after he hit Castle Age. But he's gonna hit Castle after me. I am already halfway, more than halfway through. And I'm building... Yep, I was planning to build another stable and go for 2 stable knights, but then these 2 people who are coaching me taught me to start building archery ranges and make CAs. And right now I have 11 farms. Usually when you go for CA you want to keep your farms at the minimal. Like 11, 12, 10, I'm not sure. Like this, around this range. And then you go heavy on gold and wood to make the CAs. This is the first archery range. We're going for another one. At least another one. In this game I did 3 archery range to make CAs. Right now I'm just like investigating what the opponent's doing. Still lose the forces pretty often. Just getting ready for a castle. And I'm making CAs. He doesn't really know what I'm doing at all. He's trying to set the spear forward to poke my base to see what I'm doing, but he didn't see my archery ranges. He will be surprised. But I won't be as surprised by him because I already saw his Vills on stone in Feudal Age. Just trying to mess up the CAs first. See archery ranges, since I have enough resources to support that. On wood, actually 18 on wood, 12 on gold. The farms are kept at the 10, only 10 farms. Probably had wood upgrade and gold upgrade. Probably not farm upgrade. Right now we have 11 CAs. I'm still trying to poke what he's doing. I really want to make sure I know what units he's making. He's making spears. Earlier he does have quite a few spears. And the CA can handle both the unique units and the CAs, the spears. I have 14 CAs, so I decided to move forward. It's moving forward with loose units. He did not have. Okay, he does have a mass of around by plus the spears. He was probably expecting me to make knights, therefore the combo. So he resigned. I think the story behind this gameplay is the importance of scouting and then the ability to react to the information. And then you can easily win in this elo, even in very high elos. Scouting is extremely important in 1v1 plays. I think it's pretty cool that I did a very smooth CA build order and made a lot of CA in Castle Age. And yeah, this is complete dominance, not only in terms of military. He has like 11 Castle Age units. I have this 15 CAs. Actually, he does have knights, 2 more spears. I'm not sure if our military power is equal in this sense, but he is hard countered. He doesn't have a huge mass of a run by because he went for, you know, fast-ish castle into unique units. That means his economy is weak.
Okay.
I have 47 bills and he has 34 bills. His economy is really weak. That's what you get for going for castle early, actually. You don't have as much eco power and military power. Yeah, you do have to spend a lot of resources on this castle. So he also doesn't have a lot of unique units, which sucks. Because I have a lot of military units. I have a lot of CAs that can counter them. Yeah, another lesson learned is to use CAs to counter a Rambai. Yeah. Now we will look at another game. Let's see. Another CA play. So in this game, I'm still playing as Frank, and the opponent is playing as Japanese. And this game is being coached by a 1900 ELO player called Cryin, Cryin. He's also like extremely helpful and nice. Gives a lot of tips and make you happy. You play well and get compliments and get tips, everything. This is a really nice person. When you go for CA in Castle Age playing as Frank, there is always mostly a solid reason for that, and we'll see that later. The advantage, I feel like the advantage of playing as Frank and go for CA is your opponent might not be expecting it if they don't do proper scouting. Yep, already found their base before clicking. Lay down the barracks, lay down the stable as usual. Wait. Okay, what we just missed is him trying to do men-at-arms rush. but bumped them into my TC. So they died before they even get upgraded. The militia, 2 militia and 1 scout. Yep, they died before the upgrade. So the man-at-arms rush is a failure. It failed. And now I'm at an advantage already before I even started raiding. And I'm now making builds and scouts constantly, which is nice.
¿Qué es?
Scouts. I stopped making scouts though. Double bit X. Now I can afford it. Go for it. Sometimes I don't like making too many scouts in feudal without knowing first what the opponent is doing. Because if he like completely walled up, then scouts really can't do much. But luckily he has a hole. Oops. He has a hole. He has a lot of spears, but he has a hole. 4 spears. That's kind of overreacting. Did he see my stable? I don't think he even saw my stable because in this game I like built my stable in the back. Right now I'm raiding and trying to queue up my views. Try not to idle my eco. I think I did a pretty decent job this time. You know, there are like 4 spears chasing my scout, so it's like really pressured raid. But I'm still like taking care of my eco and laying down farms this time. So I think that's pretty well played. Raiding the wood line. Now I'm doing view lock. So I'm looking at the scouts right now. I stopped killing the vils for a little bit. But we're pretty close to going castle right now, which is good. So only 16 minutes, right? Yep. The scouts are surviving well. We're getting ready to go up. So we build the blacksmiths for the building requirement. Now he walled up completely, like so sealed up. So I can only do as much as I can within that base. And he has, wow, how many spears? That was 8, 9 spears. That's definitely overreacting. He didn't have any information what I'm gonna do, but he just keeps making spears. Typically, if you want to do spears and defend your base and go up to Castle Age, you want to make just a few of them to protect the important spots in your eco. Since I'm not making ranged units, he could have like just do like small walls on his gold and wood. And then he doesn't even have to make spears, right? But instead he's making so many spears. Or he can just use a couple of spears on those important spots, like the wood and gold. Then my horse can't do anything. I'm kind of just leaving them to die here because I'm not confident about breaking outside. But actually, as I have seen other people play, like at least seeing one per players play, he did try to like run around and hit the wall on the far end of the base, so the spears can't catch up before the scouts break the wall and head out. So this is something I can keep in mind next time. It's a pity to lose all those scouts. Okay, I am Castle H now, and I suppose the opponent will not click up as let's see his progress. He just clicked Castle H, so he has like a 2.5 minutes delay. So that's to my advantage. I have a great advantage. I'm going CA precisely because he's making a ton of spears. It would be a good strategy to make those in Castle H if he saw I am making a lot of knights. But he showed them much earlier and also delayed his Castle Age uptime, which isn't very ideal. So right now I'm on 2 archery ranges making CAs. And I patch up the hole in the wall. Didn't realize the wood has a gap in here earlier. But it was okay. I wasn't really set on walling up my base completely earlier because I am at an advantage. I am on the offense side and he's on the defense side. So I don't really have to worry about walling as much. Right now I'm just messing up my CAs.
Let's
see. 17 bills on wood, 12 bills on farms. Yeah, 10 to 12 bills on farms are good for doing CA. 18 on wood and 9 on gold. Probably because I had gold stacked up much earlier, so I have fewer on gold right now. Have less wood, so started shifting more bills on wood. So the thing you do with CA is, this is Castle H, and you get like 6 of them. So now you start going to your opponent's base to see what he's doing. Second, to see if there are any spots you can hit, like the wood line. And he is making a shit ton of spears right now. Pikes. And they're not gonna do anything to my CA unless I screw up really badly. Unless I just let them sit there. I have 9 CAs. And he has maybe 10 pikes. They're gonna just all be sacrificed. Making foot archers would be fine, but he doesn't have enough of them. Now I'm just like trying to queue up more CAs along the way. I'm still running on 1 TC because I want to be focused on making a lot of CAs. Wheelbarrow? See the upgrade, blacksmith upgrade. It has the attack upgrade and defense upgrade, both of them. And right now I have like 15 CAs. And he started making skirms to counter my CAs. But unfortunately, he's outnumbered, so it's not very helpful. And he also hasn't upgraded his skirms. I suppose they are like the feudal skirms also. So like the simplest form. But right now he's going heavy on stone because he desperately wants to defend his base. So you see, in this game, I don't really have a sense of direction here. Sometimes I do that when I'm being coached. I'm just a little dizzy, so I built a stable behind. And I was like really focused on the CA play. It took away a lot of my attention. So I was looking for like a second spot for my third TC. I could have built it here, but instead I built it here by accident, but which is also like good because I already have like a military dominance, so it's okay to build a forward TC. This is a pretty good spot. Both the wood and gold at the same time, so. And there's also a forward siege workshop. Since the CA can't really go in, it can go in actually. But we always need the siege workshop to finish up stuff. Finish up the buildings that shoot arrows, right? Making skirms finally has upgraded skirms. They look upgraded. Let's see, they are elite skirms. Yeah, that's the right skirm for Castle Age. And he also got the attack and armor upgrade. The first one only though. That's what you see at the zero. Only a couple of skirms against my CAs. They are not very helpful. I just use the CA to shoot down the mangonel as well. Because I have such a huge mass of CAs. 26. Now it's time to like run around. You just have to like shoot the palisade wall, and then you can break in and start hitting a few spots. Build some gold, build some stone, build some wood. Also making a few knights just to handle the mangonels he's making. And at this point it's pretty much game over. He was on stone earlier, but he didn't have time to build the castle. Right now I do have enough stone to build a castle. I can castle drop actually if I want to. Seven CAs. Yeah, I am castle dropping him on his main goal and some production buildings. I usually don't go on stone until I have enough military dominance or enough DCs. That's the last thing I think about because I do meta play. I don't rely on fast castle into unique units or just castle defense it just wastes your like eco power and military power. I prefer to go for more aggression early, like 1 TC and heavy on army, and then after military dominance is assured, I start laying down more TCs. The more aggressive strategy, more aggressive approach. And right now we're just finishing up the game. See, the score difference is more than half. Let's say it's GG. I will look at another game. In this game, I did learn a good SOP for CAs. First, you have the right build order, just like the last game. Just a couple farms, 10 to 12 farms, and then try to balance your wood and gold in order to constantly make CAs. This time I go for 2 archery ranges in the beginning to make the initial 6 CAs. And then the initial 6 CAs did go forward to attack some things, like builds on stone and builds on wood, just from outside the wall. And technically I could also break into the wall, break the palisade wall with that 6 CAs, and then go around the base. But I waited until I got like 15 or 20 CAs. And the opponent did make a mistake to oops, I didn't see this. The opponent did make a mistake to not scout me. He may be thinking the Japanese is a perfect counter to Frank because he just had to make spears and pikes. Yeah. So his early Castle Age army was wiped out by me, and then he didn't also make enough counter units like the skirms. Didn't upgrade them, didn't make enough of them after upgrade. And yeah, after he's being wiped out in his main base, he tried to castle drop me. That's my weakest spot. That's my weakest points actually. When I am I'm a more aggressive type of player, but I don't pay too much attention on my base when I'm focused on the opponent's base, and they can sneak back to my base without me knowing pretty easily usually. Have to learn to maybe pay attention to the mini-map. Yeah. It should have felt pretty strange that he didn't build a castle, right? Like, he's so quiet in his base, there must be something going on elsewhere. So this prolonged the game a little bit more. But luckily I'm in for him, so I will start trapping him actually. This is cute. Forward TC under the castle. He's also chopping wood here without the coverage of a TC, which is funny. But yeah, the important thing is this CA play. Made like maybe 30 CAs. Let's see how many I made. 40 CAs at the maximum. He only has 17 army at the maximum. Yep. He actually has 5 villager counts, but doesn't have the military dominance. He was on 3 TC earlier. I found his extra TC and castle. I knew he has a TC here, that's why I sent my knights forward. That's kind of ballsy. Digging stone in the middle of nowhere without TC coverage. Any shield. Didn't build a castle here. Yeah. And let's go for another thing. So this is a game against the Italian. Frank against Italian. In theory, it could be a tough game because of their super powerful unique units against Cavalry. This game is being coached by Acho, who is a 1700 ELO player and who is also an excellent coach. I did learn a lot of good tips in this game. This is like a really complex gameplay for me, mostly because of the civilization mismatch. Yeah, Frank is just at a very great disadvantage against Italian. And this game does go for pretty long and makes things further more complicated. Let's try to speed up the Dark Age. Dodge the TC fire right away. Yeah, I'm still doing the Frank meta. Scouts rush. I'm hoping to start doing Scout Skirm rush soon. Because if you can deal with those little spears that are defending the Scout rush, that would be so ideal. Scout Archer rush would also be fine. Making like 3 scouts and 2 archers, for example. And constantly making views and scouts. 4 scouts already, the 5th to come. Actually, the 6th to come. Feel luck. We made like 2 spears so far. Okay, also archer. Because he's Italian. 3 spears and 1 archer. At this point, it's not too meaningful to make archers because they cannot ever catch up with the horses, right? And they also don't do as much damage as the spears. Yeah, he is small walling his important resources. Getting like hits from the spears. But I'm still queuing up views, which is good. 3 spears versus 5 6 scouts. 2 already died. I would say that's a good matchup. 3 spears to match up with 6 scouts. He didn't lose too much. Like resources, waste too much resources and didn't delay the castle age uptime. Okay, I only sacrificed 1 scout actually. One of them died. The others are still going. Trying to buck him here and there. Although the wood line and gold are already walled up. Oh, open berries? Should have reacted to that. But he has archers around. Oopsie. Wood has already exploded. 700 wood, not ideal. Yeah. This is from end of last year. Yeah, if the wood is managed better, then the castle uptime would be sooner, much sooner. Imagine if the 500 wood instead becomes 500 wood or some gold, right? And I can already click by now. Yeah, archery range in reaction to his archers. I am probably going to make skirms. He already started making archers in feudal age. If he doesn't lose any of them, it's a good investment because then he can also add that to his castle age army. And this person's weird. I need 1 minute to fix my mouse, and he said I have no time. He has no, like, 3 seconds to wait. He's just not a nice person at all. Not a decent person. Not a decent player. No sportsmanship. You can't spare like 10 seconds or 3 seconds for your opponent to fix up some issues. Anyways. I'm trying to poke him, see what he's doing. He is doing archer. He's already on my face with those feudal archers. He wants to do some damage. I left a crack for him to enter. So I have to like tower up right now. Hopefully this tower goes up in time before all the wheels die. I made my life harder by having that crack. It was too easy for him to walk over. Although this wall is like right on the edge of the TC, it's still too easy for him to just like slide over without being hit. Even if I had garrison, it wouldn't matter. But luckily the tower went up in time. So the reaction is decent. The reaction rate. Going up to castle and queuing up skirms and what he's doing. Okay, he went up to castle already. So I'm like 2 seconds late. Making skirms and getting fletching. And the armor upgrade for the knights. I got 2 staples and 1 archery range. Second archery range to match up his number of archers. So under 1 TC, trying to wall up at the same time, so we don't get more damage elsewhere. Yep, used up all my wood making the skirms. Alright, right now I'm just stacking up army and wait for the opportunity to wipe out his archers. He really knows how to deal with the tower. He already like almost destroyed my tower with the archers standing next to it. He's pretty experienced, it seems. It's like his gameplay is like more than 1200, probably like more than 1000 euro at least, and also more than 1100 euro. Why are my skirms here? I don't understand. Okay, there was like a small group of archers here, so they were there, but they should also really like come up here to help. Luckily, luckily I still win. Yep, the knights have like a second armor upgrade, so I won't against the archers. They can win, but it's just like a bit wasteful not to use the skirms alongside the knights. Actually, if I shift those skirms earlier, this way it wouldn't have arrived before the archers died anyways. So, still good gameplay. Trying to make siege workshop to counter the archers probably. Right now we have a good combo against the archers. Even if he has archers in the spears and pikes, I could still win if I have good army control. See, he has the pikes and the archers crossbows. I feel like the horse skirm combo is always like the superior one if you control your army well. Yep. Go. As long as your like knights don't dive into the spears, then you win. Let's see if I can micro this fight. Yeah, we are not going under the TC like this. There are not enough knights to do that. The skirms are here to stand guard against the pikes. And the knights dived into his wood line, where the pikes are not present. Here I really tried hard to fix the skirms onto the spears. Skirms are so multi-purpose. They handle everything here. They handle the pikes and the archers. So that was a good fight, I suppose. He lost quite a few veils. My army also wins his army. Now it's time to fix the eco. Lay down the second TC after the first win. Get some skirm upgrades. Blacksmith upgrades for the skirms. Queuing up more skirms since they do serve the purpose of fighting both of his unique combos. But I didn't queue up my skirms too constantly. And again, my wood exploded. Something to pay attention to in the near future. laid down my second TC, so right now food is a bit scarce. Also, I'm making skirms at nights. We really need to ship the wood bills away. Right now I'm laying down the third TC. And it's interesting I'm queuing up archers. I believe that's just like a misclick. 5 knights, 11 skirms. Yeah, that was a misclick. I didn't constantly make skirms. It would be ideal if I did. But I'm also doing 3 TCs, so that's kind of like multitasking. He already got his castle up, so it's really to my better advantage to be making more skirms actually than making knights. And making also the scorpions to handle both the archers and the pikes. I'm not entirely sure if scorpions handle archers. If they are super suitable for handling archers, they should be fine doing against archers. But I'm not sure if it's like the the ideal counter. And yeah, knights are responsible for raiding the base, so they rain in and try to snipe the bills on castle. But it will soon be time to run away. Castle's going up. Yes, let's run. He doesn't have murder hole yet, so I decided to stay there. Skirms here. Shouldn't have left. Now it's time for him to make unique units, since he got 2 castles up. You can make a lot of Genoese crossbowmen quickly because the castles make them pretty fast. I was hoping the mangonels would hit like a huge mass of archers, but he doesn't have a mass of archers yet. And my skirms and mangonels were standing within the castle's attack range, probably because he just got his the last attack upgrade in the blacksmith. The archer attack upgrade. I'm sending loose ramps to his castle, thinking that he doesn't have melee attack, melee units. But he has those. Our blast plus the crossbow plus the Genoese crossbowmen. I'm still making some knights, because the knights can run away from the Genoese and raid the base. And I'm queuing up more bills. Queued more bills to here. So we can lay down more military buildings on his face. Yep. I'm still walking under the castle range and sending loose rams to the castle. He does not have any melee attack, but also I can't really protect the ram with anything. I don't have the infantry to load up in the rams. So this is interesting. I was gonna like build a castle around his base and then found him building the castle. So I successfully denied the castle. It's a really good job done here. He decided to break the production buildings and go all in to build his castle up. He doesn't want to waste this castle. He's sending all the builds here. And the castle went up. But my castle also went up. He was trying to compete with my castle building, but he failed, unfortunately. And, yeah, so far it has been pretty intense and pretty equal. Um, Fortunately though, I am on the offense side. I am the aggressive side, and he is the defending side. So my base is safe. It's always like to my advantage to do that because you see my defense capability here. After I lay down the second and third TC, my base is just full of holes. I just recently learned from some players how to wall up. Initially, when you have only one TC, you make small walls. And then after you decided to expand, then you start making like big walls, like arena-sized walls, like extending along, like in between the bushes, the trees, for example. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now I'm trying to use this siege workshop to counter this castle, but running out of wood. I also need some army to protect the rams, actually. Also more rams. He is desperate, so he's building a lot of castles to defend his base. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 castles. That should probably delay his imp time by a lot. I'm going imp. I'm reaching imp soon. Let's see if that's true. Oh, he's actually going imp soon. But I suppose he has smaller eco. 71 bills. I have 92 bills. Yeah, he has the smaller eco. And I have 2 archery ranges. Two forward archery ranges here. This castle is not winning, likely because I'm downhill and he's built on a hill. He decided to do a forward TC. Secure his gold. Let's see what I'm doing right now. Most of his castles are shooting my castle. He doesn't even need like a trap. Upgrading to Cavaliers as I hit him. Unfortunately, Frank doesn't have the Imperial Skirms. Probably not. Let's double check. Where's the archery range here? Yeah, it doesn't have the Imperial Skirms. It does have the hand cannoneers. But we do need skirms to counter the Genoese crossbow and his arbalest. Okay. I suppose that's one reason that this fight is so rough for me. I mean, I feel like my forward army has done quite a bit of damage to his eco, but we're still so equal right now. trying to get some views if possible, wherever possible. But he has his little mass of Genoese crossbow. So we really need to make skirms now. And making skirms on 2 archery ranges. Probably the forward archery range. I think I do have 2 extra at home. Yeah, I have 2 archery ranges at home. And 2 forward. Okay, this is not working anymore. So it's clear right now that I'm not playing the game, that I should be making a lot of archery ranges on his face, like on the hill. Like on the hill over here. He can't see this part of the map, so I can be making a lot of archery ranges here to block his face, to like remove his archers and then raise his face with the cavalry. But this is a month ago, almost a month ago. Yeah. When my gameplay is still not as good as right now. Making more skirms, which is good, although only on 2 archery ranges. Forces are trying to find targets, but right now it's not good time. We have to eliminate the mass of Genoese crossbowmen first. We also don't really have enough skirms to counter that. We also only have castle age units, castle age skirms, because it's Frank. Frank is also missing like the last armor upgrade for them, I think. Shouldn't have run the horses to those Genoese crossbowmen at all. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, it's very smart to pick this hill because then you can fight the archers from above. Right now I'm finally making more archery ranges. I'm missing a lot of wood because I'm making so many skirms, so that delayed the building the archery ranges actually. And those 2 things, those 2 siege workshops are planned for making the bombard cannons later. Yeah, the horses should be for taking the treads instead. But yep. When you're in the game, you become so busy. You can't really keep everything perfect. And my castle was trapped down. But it's okay. Because I got his stone and I can make a new one. Okay. So I was probably coached to build the castle on the top of a hill. Now we're dominating. We have a enough number of skirms. Wiped out his aggression, his Genoese crossbow mass, and the traps. It's making the condottiero. not really sure why. So counter skirms, you probably want knights. Politero is good against like gunpowder units, but I don't have gunpowder units yet. I'm making rams to take down his castle, and later, hopefully, the bombard cannons. I decided to make more cavaliers before upgrading them to paladins. Cavaliers are good for raiding, and skirms are just defend. I just use skirms to defend against the Genoese crossbow, so the cavaliers can do things. But yeah, from this gameplay, we do need to. Right now, my army control is better, but back then, my army control aren't too perfect. Right now, the castle is going down, so I can move the skirms over there to protect the cavaliers. Actually, the gameplay wasn't bad. It's not bad army control. It was a choice, because the cavaliers just have to sacrifice themselves, because the rams are being chopped down. So they have to like go fight the condottiero that's carrying the rams down. Yeah, and the skirms can't approach because they're so weak against the castle. I feel like I'm dominating here, but our scores are still so equal. Like, my army is like, I'm taking down his castle and taking down his army. And my skirms were being wiped out as they are like really weak castle age skirms. I suppose that's why it was difficult here to win against him, even if I seem like to be dominating. Still struggles against his Genoese crossbow. It's just the curse, Frank's curse. Right now, I'm finally laying down more archery ranges to make more skirms. We do need a huge number of skirms to be able to handle this huge number of Genoese crossbow. Otherwise, the threats will just be sacrificed like this again. Yeah, the Cavaliers has to dodge them. Right now, his base is like really well defended, castles everywhere, so I don't really want to run my Cavaliers into this base. Even if the Genoese crossbow can't chase me, I still don't want to run in like that. After I said that, I just run in. Actually, I remember I was coached to run into his base with Cavaliers. Since they're very tanky against arrows right now. 2+4 armor, right? Pierce armor, good pierce armor. As long as the Genoese crossbow don't catch up with them, it's not too bad. Not too bad, but still bad. If there are both TC and castles, then it's bad. If there's just TC, it's okay. Yeah, I guess what I initially said was kind of right as well. I didn't want to run in, but the person who's coaching wanted me to run in and see what he's doing, try to like take the lead. But it was rough to run around 3 castles and like 4 TCs, 5 TCs. He has 5 TCs. Right now, I finally have enough skirms. He has like a huge group of Genoese here, right? Like at least 20, probably more. I have 40 skirms on the top of the hill, protecting the tracks. That's really good. Okay, now he showed all his Genoese. Oh my god, he has 55? Okay, maybe 45 Genoese possible. plus some condotieros. The condotieros are like shredding my skirms. Luckily, he's outnumbered. Right now, I also got my bombard cannons finally. Bombard cannons to assist the traps. And also upgraded to paladin. So they're more resistant to the castle fires. Yeah, just I was pulling the paladins away from the Genoese crossbow and just go for the traps. Right now, I'm letting it a bit loose here. So sacrifice some paladins, unfortunately. And so far, my base has been completely safe. He is really not able to attack me. He's always on the defense side. Although his defense is done pretty well because of his civilization dominance. Actually, if I have Imperial skirms, it will be a different story, I believe. And if the Genoese, if his unique units doesn't counter my paladins so well, then it's a completely different story. Yep. I'm also making some light horses, light cuffs, alongside the paladins since they don't cost any gold. I'm trying to run the horses into his space right now and try to run them at different corners. And I have a huge mass of skirms. Let's see how many skirms are there. 60 skirms. Plus some bombard cannons, plus horses. That's 3 type of raid. The bombard cannons raiding the military buildings, the other buildings, and the light forces bucking the vills everywhere. I just need a few of them to do so much damage. That's really amazing. Because he's too busy. Starting to take down the castles. I'm still queuing up more bombard cannons and a few more paladins to raid the base. I should also probably be queuing up light forces. Yeah, I did. I built a lot of stables and a lot of archery ranges to make this army combo. That's a very ideal army combo. Lots of skirms to counter the Genoese, and the light forces to chop the vills on their TC. Some paladins. Paladins are more resistant to the TC fire. But light forces can still do something. And I also found his alternative hiding spot. But his Genoese caught up with my cavalry aggression. Cavalry sneak attack. I have to run away. The skirms ran that side to catch the Genoese, but I forgot I have to protect this bombard cannon. It's also, yeah, should have left a small group here to protect against the skirms. I'm not sure if I saw the skirms earlier. Maybe they creeped up onto my bombard cannon after my skirms left. He's also trying to make skirms now to counter my skirms. I would think it's better for him to make light forces, like hussars. Italians can make hussars, right? To fight against my skirms, but he didn't. Ah well, Actually, he has Imperial skirms, so it's superior to my skirms, so it's okay. The bills are bullying the bombard cannon. And he's uphill. He's uphill, I'm downhill. Not sure if I noticed that. It's RTS, it's a real-time strategy game, so sometimes you don't pay attention to every detail. Okay, now the paladins are good for fighting the skirms, but the Genoese are behind them. Why do I take this fight? Shouldn't have taken this fight. Okay, just run around and letting them dodging their arrows. So I'm not taking that fight actually, which is good. Making more siege weapons, please. Making skirms, making new skirms. Like the central part of his base is already taken away. Now we have to take the wings. There are still 2 castles sitting on the wings. Yeah, the paladins went in again to destroy the TC. And supposedly his Genoese will catch up again before I can take down the TC. And of course they did. So I have to run away again. Before I mess up my skirms to handle the Genoese. Now it's like 1 hour and 15 minutes into the game. As I said, this game is really long because Frank doesn't have good counters against his unique units. The skirms are just too weak. Right now my army was wiped out again. I feel like a better gameplay right now would be messing out my population limit. I have all the resources to make a lot of skirms quickly, but I didn't have enough archery ranges. I think that's what the person coaching me has been telling me. Building more archery ranges. But it was like also super busy microing all 3 different units at the front. I have to make sure the paladins don't die against the Genoese. Make sure the paladins are hitting the skirms and the skirms are hitting the Genoese. So there's a lot going on. But that would be something for the future. Aiming to max out the population limit when resources permits. But my wheel counts are good. We just have to find new gold for the idle wheel. I'm taking his gold now. Very nice. Our scores are still equal now, which is insane. It's just absolute dominance for the Genoese on Frank. Running the light forces again. I suppose I could have, if I had enough maybe APM attention span, or more like attention span, then I can run the cavalry everywhere because his base is really extended. He has like 1 TC here, so many vills here, and also something here? No, actually no. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I did a good job in delegating, like spreading the light forces to multiple locations, like When he's busy attacking me here, I sent the new light forces here and did quite a bit of damage to his eco. So the paladins are trying to take the skirms, but when the Genoese are not here and they are doing a good job, given that they're now outnumbered by so much.
Hey.
I'm not sure where his Genoese crossbow went. Maybe they're coming back. He ran out of gold right now. His mass of Genoese is done, and his eco is also gone. He lost quite a few bills. Has 80 bills left, but he can't really do much because I'm constantly raiding his farms, so he will be running out of food. And as soon as his massive Genoese crossbowman ran out, he can't counter me anymore. He can't fight Frank anymore. I'll just make a lot of paladins or horses, and his base will be done. Yeah. This is a really rough game. It's pretty equal. I think I looked up his profile later after the game. Although like he's currently also 1000 elo. His highest elo is like 1200, I believe. So yeah, maybe that also adds up to add to the how rough the game is. Yeah. Let's see. His military score is higher than me. Although I have bigger armies, because my army combo just doesn't counter his Genoese. And this game only ended because it's 1v1 and he has no opportunity to get more gold. Also, he doesn't have as much map control actually. I have more map control and more gold sources, and he only relies on all his local gold mines, and as soon as they run out, he's done. I also took some of his gold in the front after my raid has succeeded. So he's really at a disadvantage, and I am really surprised he can last for so long, and our scores are like equal for so long. Again, because of Genoese crossbow, probably. Yeah, you see our KD is pretty close. It's a bloody fight. Units killed and units lost are so equal. Yeah, I have better eco, of course, because I'm constantly raiding him, and my eco behind hasn't been touched at all. Let's see, my bill count is also more. He did manage to go up to 111 bills. Before I get to raid him with forces under the TC. Let's see his gold collected. A little bit less than me actually. 5,000 less. Is that much less? I guess so. That's like a 20%, 25% less than me. Yep. And I think we can go to another game. Probably the last, yeah, the fifth of this series. Actually, two more. This one is very interesting because it's Frank against Mongols. How Frank can counter Mongols. Yep, the opponent Vivamel is playing as Mongols, and I'm still the old Frank. doing you lock. So you see like the string swinging around. Just checking if I did take the forward 4. I haven't found the 4 yet, so I took the 4 behind first. Actually, I took probably the 4 earlier. It's already 8 minutes. Yep, found the opponent. Can't remember if I'm being coached in this game. We'll see later after I recover my memory. Yeah, I was just trying to like delay his progress in building the barrack, but it didn't work because he was already finishing up. I think I will start streaming my games. Right now I'm just doing a lot of replays because during the game I really can't like bear my brain to think about what I want to say, but I think there is a benefit of streaming when I'm being coached because then I can watch the replay and remember what people were teaching me. I'm queuing up 4 scouts at the same time because I got so much food. It has been a good dark age. Making also the blacksmiths already. It seems he's going for horses also. So he wants to do feudal play, which is nice. I always like it when people play meta against me. More like a proper game. So I do enjoy a proper game. Really don't enjoy games when people just like wall up, make a couple spears and go fast castle. I'm not sure what happened to those 2 videos. I was wondering where they were going earlier, and then they went to the edge of the world. So, yep, it's time to gather up the scouts and go raiding, but I found he is actually coming with scouts too, so I made a spear. After I saw the stable, probably. At the defense position right now, for the moment. But I outnumbered him for now, so it's okay. He didn't get to raid me. Very good. Yep, the advantage of having a good dark age. Let's see if I actually have a good dark age. 9-15 minutes. He is 10-15 minutes. So relatively I'm still good. Not perfect. Oops. So I thought I was raiding him fine here, like was fighting fine here, but it turns out he actually has like 3 spears over there. Because the fight was like our army was too close up together, tangled up together, so I didn't see there are actually 3 spears. So I sent all my forces forward and they all died. Unfortunately. Even if I have 1 spear. Really thought we have equal number of spears and scouts. And he has less scouts. He has spears prepared at home. If I just pull back the scouts a little bit, I would see them, but who knows? Just, usually after the feudal fight is done, I start rolling up and focus on going castle. I'm not really under threat anymore. He's probably not gonna make more horses to raid me, but just to be safe. I just want to scout him, so I made 1 extra scout before going castle. Should have made it after clicking up. Very nicely walled. I need to start thinking about bigger walls. Like, for example, in this case, how do you wall? How do you make a big wall? It's probably not possible. Because the gold is like here and here. So you can only protect them as much as you can. You can't make like a giant wall that eats up all the TCs, like circles around all the TCs. Something to pay attention to in the future when we watch higher elo gameplays, I guess. I do notice a lot of higher elo players, they adopt big walls if they can handle it. Big walls, big palisade walls lined up with houses. Like at the 1900, 2000 elo range. But at the 2500 elo range, they do the small walls first and then they do the extended wall later after they want to lay down the second and third TC, because they can do a lot of feudal fights, like heavy feudal fights, so they don't want to aim for big walls so early. Maybe I didn't really ask why. Maybe that's a good question. Focused on going castle. He is already castle age though. I'm a little slower, but all he did is scout raid. I'm not sure why. That's really funny. All visible. And let's see what he has. Scout cavalry in castle age. I hope he's planning to upgrade them to light horses, but he is not planning to upgrade them to light horses. It's just bugging me with scouts in castle age. That's a pity. He went up to castle so much earlier, but only comes with scouts. Okay, something funny is happening, and my view is being locked into the houses. But it's not important. I'm making 6 more knights. Get the second wood upgrade right away when I can afford it. He's trying to raid me. He's trying to find holes in my walls. It's just taking a chance. It's not really a 1000 euro gameplay. Coming with light horses. Mongols had such a huge advantage in Castle Age. He could be making cheap step lancers, and they are tanky, so they are pretty equal to knights. And he can like maintain his eco while making a huge number of step lancers. Or he can make 3 stables and make a shitload of step lancers and just beat me up. Actually, I forgot. Frank also has tankier cavalry. Yeah. Siege workshop for. I think I was gonna make scorpions for. Since I'm expecting him to be making pikes. Since I am making a lot of horses, I'm expecting his counter units, so I'm making scorpions to counter his counter units. Okay, he has added 2 camels to his scouts. Let's see if they are light horses yet. There are still scout cavalries. Oh my god. Okay. I'm raiding, locking up his eco. Trying to attack his TC with how many knights? 11 knights. And he has 4 camels ready for me. 5 camels ready. Let's see the camels. They have only the first upgrade. First attack and first armor upgrade. So, yeah. They can't really do too much against my knights, actually. I shouldn't be so scared of the camels. I should have clicked it, you know. There is a chance they didn't have the blacksmith upgrade all the way at the zero. There's always a chance. My knights are trying to run around. Actually, I took the fight. Okay, he starts having more stuff. More camels and some feudal age spears. I was expecting pikes, but he has spears. Spears and not so upgraded camels. But still better for me to fight with more units and more unit combos. The scorpions did do well against camels somehow. Should have pulled back the horses to the knights to closer to the scorpions, but they finished everything. The knights eat up all the camels. So yeah, I'm starting to use siege weapons to attack. Forward siege workshop, making mangonels to take down the TC. Typical gameplay after you have military dominance. The camels again. He's still making camels. So as he's making camels, I decided also to make counter units to his camels. The pikes. The scorpions were made for his I was expecting pikes, but he only had a couple of spears. Although the scorpions do fine with camels, making pikes are still easier. Yeah, the knights are taking some opportunities in the base, trying to get some damage here and there. But they're followed by a huge group of camels. The camels still don't have the attack and armor upgrade. That's pretty bad. He got a castle to defend his base. I have 3 unique combos against his camels. He only has camels, and I have 3 different things against him. And 4 actually, this against his TC. The spears are staying behind, the pikes are staying behind um, right now. Okay, there. Finally moving forward. The knight has to run away from the camels. Because I didn't actually know he has no, he's not upgraded them all the way. Otherwise, I would probably took the fight. As you have seen earlier, the knights took down the camels pretty well, like earlier here. Yeah, so he has to resign because I have absolute military dominance and eco dominance probably. Let me see. 63 veils here, and for him, 64. Okay, because he got 3 TC. He's really trying to focus on eco, maybe. Do I have 3 TCs yet? I'm still like the all-in type. I had the second TC at some point after I was sure my military dominates and I'm not under threat. I'm not like under like I don't have to worry about him raiding my base. That is to say, yeah. Yeah, this is a very neat gameplay from me. Um, but it does come easy because his castle play is really bad in the beginning. He was trying to raid me with scouts without upgrading them. He basically wasted all those scouts. Yeah, they were like eaten up by knights so easily without being upgraded. They also didn't have the second armor and second attack upgrade against my knights. Yeah, the importance of upgrading your military. And let's see another game, the last game. This game is pretty interesting. I think I was being coached by someone, semi-coached, like not like very intensely coached along the way, but maybe remind me something here and there. At least I remember being told to move those 2 mangonels to the left side. Um, Maybe not. Yeah. I think this is a really good gameplay by myself. I remember people asking me what to do to counter camels, and that's probably it. I was already like making some spears earlier in the early phases when I see camels. Yeah. Although it does rely on him playing badly in early castle, um, I think I established like a military dominance because of that. I can move everything forward into his base and just, like do production buildings and lay out siege workshop on his base. But the wing does come with smart unit combos. I stopped making scorpions. Was thinking to make them because of the possibility that he's gonna make the pikes. Then stop making them after I made 3 of them. So that's a good number, but they can still do against camels fine. So that's okay. And then focused heavily on making spears. And when I have so many different units, this for the TC, this for raiding the veils, this for countering the camels, he only has the camels. So yeah, in every aspect he is at a disadvantage, and the strategy wise he's also at a disadvantage. Yep. And let's see the last gameplay. It's a Magyar horse gameplay. Magyar and Knights. Mm, okay. Nowadays, I started making like building the third house with the first wood build, just so that I don't forget about it later. It's very easy for me to get house in Dark Age if I don't do that. I think that's a good habit. Good habit form. Taking sheep outside of something. Occasionally make that mistake. Already found the opponent. Just made the forward production building as part of the wall and start raiding. I usually like to start raiding as soon as I can before making walls. If you like take the military advance first, then they will stay home, and then you can wall up later. You can save the resources for your production building and your farms to sustain your military production. So taking the offense is early is always better. You get to like slow down his eco as well. So in every aspect, it's better. Mm. I took one bill, assuming that my PC is never idle. Then taking down any number of bills or chase them off, it's always like good. He is making 4 spears. That's overreacting again. I'm just gonna circle around his base and keep him busy while I lay down more farms and try to go up to castle soon. And now he's using his bills to chase my scouts and idling his eco, so the scouts are contributing a lot of value there. Even just by running around without hitting any bills. It just making panic here and there. So my scout left his base. Is I want to focus on going up castle now. Now I'm hitting like the right amount of resources to go castle. And lay down the second stable as part of the wall. Yeah, time to wall up and go castle. After the feudal raid, the forces has done a good job. Now they rest. And one of them is set on auto scout too, in order to get all the map. I do have this habit of sparing one horse to auto scout to explore the entire map, so I can know where are the rest of the gold and the stone mine, for example. Besides the few, maybe like besides the 2 secondary gold mines around the base. Yeah, in late game you can get map control and on those neutral gold mines, the stone mines. So it's important to have the map knowledge. getting the bloodline for the knights. Doing up knights, getting armor upgrade. Could have done the armor upgrade earlier if there were enough resources. I'm also layering my walls with houses. Lots of knights on the field already. I'm going forward. He is still feudal age. Maybe because he made too many spheres. I'm not sure. But right now, I have knights and he has pikes. So even if he made the spears early, he is at a disadvantage. Oh, okay, he hit Castle Age already. But, yeah, build a forward siege workshop, parking my knights there. Building a second TC after I have enough number of knights. Yeah, you see now, after laying down the second TC, I can't make as many knights anymore. I can only queue like one stable. I also do think it's better to look into his base first. It's like right now I want to both grow my eco and do the military aggression, so I have to like park my knights there for the moment. But okay, now it's go time. 10 knights. After we chop down the wall, we can freely roam around, see what's going on. Yeah, the scorpions for taking the pikes. Yeah, now they are pikes. TCs, block castles. It's good. He's trying to get stone. So he invested on the defensive castle. That means he doesn't have as much eco or not as much military right now. Yeah, a lot of 1000 Euro players do this defensive castle, fast castle, and defensive castle. His castle age is not even that fast. So investing in the castle puts him at a greater disadvantage. Also a second TC. He has every defense strategies laid out. Second TC and the castle, that means his military is really weak right now. Just has those 2 pikes sitting around. Unfortunately, my scorpions can't catch up with what's going on in the base. They can't really dive into the TC fire or castle fire. So they just have to let it be. They can't handle the pikes that are bullying the knights. Right now I'm thinking how to break into his base with that castle sitting up there. And getting health. Ah, no, not getting health. Very good. I suppose I should still be running around the base right now, because the spears cannot really, the pike can't really catch up with knights. Okay, there are also rotten archers to worry about actually. Horizon Archers plus the CC fire plus the castle fire. That's a lot. So I wanted to prepare the rams to take the castle. And I need a good number of them before heading out. 4 or 5 stuff. Now the scorpions are doing their job. But here, I have to control the army well enough for them not to die under the castle. Got 4 or 5 rams. Using the wheels to punch the rams, but there are knights to help. With the scorpions to help. One little militia running around. I miss militia a lot because my hotkey for barrack is Q. Okay, successfully took down the castle. Now we go back to fix the eco. The idle wheels. Oh, there is a hole. There is actually a hole in my base. I found the hole and I patched up. Oh, oops. After I looked away for a while, the rams got bullied really hard. But they did take down the other TC, the castle and the TC, so they did their job. Good job. They're making monks now to counter my knights. It's kind of late though. Yeah. Lose army control, letting scorpions die under the TC fire. Really take care of everything. You can take care of as many as you want, as many as you need, but not everything. Yeah, after that, his second TC is already also screwed by knights, so he has no chance to grow back his eco and no chance to launch his military again. Yep. Yeah, that's also well played. Let's see the scores. Good KD, almost 2. Better eco. Yeah, he's heavy on stone. That's why his stone is a little more than me. But his castle uptime is terrible. Maybe he was going for more pop. Yeah. My castle uptime is also not super ideal, but sometimes at this elo it's okay. Still practicing. Also, when people are coaching me, can't really do a perfect dark age because my brain just turns off. Sometimes, more wheels, double the wheel counts. He was on 3 TC. No, he was on only 2 TC. 2 TC and 1 castle. Yeah. Yeah, as I realized, it's very easy for people to lose their gameplay skill after taking a really short break, like 1 week. So I decided to start making those 1v1 replay videos to remember the good things I had done and hopefully fix the skills in there. And maybe if I ever lose them again, I can watch the replay and get them back. Especially the skills that people taught me during those games. Yeah. Anyways, that's a lot. That's a 5 1v1 gameplay series. and we are at um, this is gonna be a long video, but probably not as long as the TG 6-win streak one that I made earlier, because team games usually last longer. You see, this 1v1 only lasts for 35 minutes before people decide to give up. Yeah. Mm, yeah, he's nothing now in the base. You see those two spears that was threatening my group of knights, huge group of knights earlier. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and I hope you find it interesting. Bye bye.